Yes, I'm still alive. No, I'm not dead yet. I know it's been a few weeks since I made a video, but it's time to talk about how honestly pathetic this year looks for movies. Last year had some good stuff in there. Like I was able to make a top 10 list, but obviously it was like we were starting to recover from the pandemic, so we got like an actual full release last year for the first time in a couple years because people went back to the movies. Now it's back to a dead zone because of the strikes. The strikes happened, so now it's going to be not much this year, which sucks. So here I'm going to go over the ones that I'm actually interested in and ones I'm not. This is from Polygon. Yuck. I should have used a different source so I don't give them the click because I hate Polygon. So here well, this is a little bit of an overstatement. This is the 50 most anticipated new movies. This is buckle in for a big year at the movies. It's not really. It's like it's actually a really small year if you compare it to like honestly we may never reach the heights of 2019 again. That year was a record year, and I think ever since then we've never reached that. I think it was $9 or $10 billion movies. So do I have to read this crap? As soon as smoothed out, blah, 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 lengthy 2 guild strike through everything. Yeah, they struck at the worst time. Let's just go look at all these. Some of these I've never heard of. I have never heard of the Book of Clarence. I mean, I like James McAvoy, so the problem is though it's in January, so you can basically write off most January movies. It's Hollywood's dumping ground. They just dump all their crap that month. Very few exceptions to that rule. Like The Gray came out in a January when that year that came out, and that was good, but usually there's not. Mean Girls, is this a remake? No, the unusual movie to stage musical to movie. So they made a musical based on the first movie, and now they're adapting the musical. That's stupid. No, this is gonna flop. I don't think it's gonna do well. That's another thing I'm gonna say if I think it's gonna flop or not. Roleplay. Never heard of it. Probably gonna flop. Oh, yep, it's on Prime Video. So I mean, we're entering a weird era where like all these movies, usually the best movies, are on streaming services and not in theaters. It's a shame, man. I hate the direction it's going. Where theaters are going to struggle this year, even though they've struggled the past like 3 years. They're going to struggle again. And then Best Buy is now removing their physical media. So man, it sucks. Argyle. This is the first movie this year I'm actually somewhat interested in. I liked that teaser. Okay, February. So we got absolutely nothing this month. It's going to be a dead zone. I love Sam Rockwell, and he's in that, and Matthew Vaughn. So I think this will be good. It looks good. I think it's going to be on streaming too. So I don't know. I'll definitely see it for Matthew Vaughn alone. I loved The King's Man. I think actually I like that more than the first Kingsman. What is Lisa Frankenstein? Another movie I've never heard of. Oh, Zelda Williams is directing. That's Robin Williams' daughter. Is directing a movie. Is this her directorial debut? It might be. That's interesting. I mean, I'm not interested, but that part is interesting. I'm going to sneeze. Madam, and again, that's going to flop. Madam Web, this is going to be a mega flop. Like, coming out Celebrate Valentine's Day by taking your date to Madam Web. I mean, that right there is kind of a cool shot. If nothing else, that's a cool. I do like that. It looks like the cracked glass with the spider web, but that's the only praise I can give it. The trailer was really bad. Yeah, it's another one of those non-Marvel Studios Sony movies. Yeah, gonna flop. Drive Away Dolls. Never heard of it. It's an Ethan Coen movie, so it might be good. Did the Coen brothers like split up? Do they not work together now? Normally they're both together. Left to his own devices apartment, Joel made an expressive black and white version of Macbeth. I'll have to team up with his wife. That's interesting. This is really the first movie of 2024 and maybe one of the only movies I'm looking forward to. That's Dune Part 2. And it's a holdover. It was supposed to be this year, but all the strikes and stuff delayed it, and so I really, really loved the first one. So I think I think he's going to do better than the first one because I think the first one has had time to garner an audience and a following. Like people watched it on because it came to HBO Max at the same time as theaters. The first one did, so I think it'll do a lot better than the first one. I don't think it's going to flop. Kung Fu Panda 4, I think this is going to do extremely well. This franchise is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. I think the first one's genuinely great. 2 and 3 are nowhere near as good, but I still kind of enjoy them. Not a fan of Aquafina. I don't think she should be doing voice acting anywhere ever because, oh my god, her voice is just, it's nails on a chalkboard. I don't know why she's hired for jobs like this, but yeah, it's been a while since 3, so this is going to make bank. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So this is technically Ghostbusters 4 if you don't count 2016 as canon, which most people don't, including Sony. I'll probably see it. I liked Afterlife well enough. This one looks more like Ghostbusters 2. I hate that what's-his-face is in it. Patton Oswalt. He's insufferable. But to see the original gang, I think they're going to have a bigger role this time. I don't know. It might be good. Gil Kenan, director. He was supposed to do Five Nights at Freddy's. Ended up not. He did Monster House, and I love that movie. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think it might be good. Mickey 17. Some indie movie with Robert Pattinson, who he's usually... He kind of got away from his Twilight stigma by doing a lot of indie movies, and that's where he shines. So, it's the director of Parasite, okay, which I've never seen, I know. It'll flop, but maybe it'll be good. I don't know. I know nothing about it. Something about regenerating after death. I don't know. Okay. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Godzilla vs. Kong was stupid fun. Like a lot of it was fun to watch. It was dumb. It's gonna pale in comparison to Godzilla -1, which I have yet to see, but everyone says is great. Like that movie's gonna embarrass this movie. Like this is gonna look like crap compared to it. So maybe not great timing on releasing this. Oh yeah, and that Monarch show is out too. I haven't watched that. Adam Wingard is directing. That's an interesting choice. He did that reboot of, the sequel of Blair Witch. So, I don't know. It could be dumb fun, but that trailer wasn't very good. Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. The first one was so bad, I could not care any less about Part 2. Like, I wanted the first one to end so bad. It was so boring. They didn't characterize anyone. You don't care about anyone by the end of the movie. It was one of the worst movies I've seen in a while. So, no interest. Probably not going to see it. Next up is Challengers. What is this? Oh, this is that movie that the trailer was a big deal because there was like a trailer that came out where she's like getting banged by like 3 guys or something, and people made a big deal out of it. I don't care. It's gonna flop. That's all I have to say about it. The Fall Guy. Oh, David Leitch, huh? The director of Deadpool 2, I think. Got a pretty stacked cast, but I know nothing about it. I think it's a remake of another movie, but it's probably gonna bomb. It's just sad that nowadays most movies that aren't sequels and remakes bomb and they go to streaming. So, I haven't seen this trailer, but this is something called If. And it's Ron Reynolds, John Krasinski, Steve Carell, and there's like a bear. If, a young girl who played a young Ray... really? She played the young Ray? Well, she's a lot older now. I guess it's been like, 8 years? It's about imaginary friend stuff. Yep, not for me. I don't care. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. So, I want to love this. I still, despite its faults, really like Mad Max Fury Road. Even though the plot is literally, they go in a circle. They go one direction and they turn around. The plot is non-existent. but I enjoyed the real stunts they used. Yes, there's a lot of CG and like removing cables and stuff with CG, but I enjoyed the vibe of the movie. Does anybody like? I wanted them to just make another Mad Max movie centered on Max, which they still might. George Miller's getting pretty old though. You better hurry up. Yeah, they're making another one called Mad Max: The Wasteland. It's been so long since Fury Road. I don't care really about this, and I want to. Uh, yeah, I don't know why it took so long to make. Especially after his last movie, 3,000 Years of Longing, bombed. Like, I'm surprised they gave him the money for this. Because Fury Road did not do very well in the box office, so it's shocking that they got that made. Yeah, I'll probably still see it, even though I don't have many high expectations. I don't think it's going to do that well either. The Garfield movie, May 24th. I haven't been saying the release dates, but you can read it. This could have worked, like, after seeing the trailer, but Chris Pratt is not the right guy for... Exactly. He needs a low, sleepy, deadpan delivery. Like, Bill Murray coming back would have worked, but Chris Pratt doesn't work for Garfield. Don't care, it's probably going to flop. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. May 24th, the director of one of the... or maybe all of the Maze Runner movies. The first movie since... It's a continuity, or it's a continuation of the Rise, Dawn, War trilogy. Set decades later. Something about... I never even watched this trailer. Oh yeah, he's doing the Legend of Zelda movie. But... I don't know. I don't think Andy Serkis is involved this time. Caesar's dead. It's under Disney now, Disney Fox, so I'm not that interested, but we will see. It could be good, but I don't have too high hopes for it. I think it'll do okay. I don't think it's going to do really well. You know what's not going to do well is Ballerina. Someone said, let's make John Wick without John Wick. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, Lance Reddick's in it? Oh, that's sad. That's probably going to be his last performance we see of him then. June 7th, a midquel / spinoff. Set between 3 and 4. There's going to be a cameo by Keanu Reeves, but I don't know. I don't really care. I think it's going to bomb. Inside Out, I don't think will flat out bomb. Like recent Disney movies, I think it actually will do decent. I probably will end up eating my words. I don't know, because Disney's such a tarnished brand right now. It might actually bomb, and a lot of people are like not going to the theater to see Disney movies because they figure, oh, we'll just wait for it to hit Disney Plus. So that kind of screwed them. But it's been too long. The first one came out the same year as Mad Max Fury Road, so I don't know. I think it'll do okay. A Quiet Place Day One, I think, will also do okay. Those movies do pretty well. But is this a prequel? Yeah, different cast. Peter Nyong'o, Jaimin Hansi, Alex Hoff. June 28th. It's it's a prequel to the first two. Those were okay. I mean, nothing amazing. July 4th. Now we're really deep into the summer here. Despicable Me 4. And I mean, and so far, how many of these have piqued your interest? Like, almost none to me, which is not good. Despicable Me 4, and this year has been particularly brutal, or 2023. I don't think I've seen any of these movies. But Illumination movies do extremely well. The Minions draw in tons of kids, so this is going to make tons of bank. Twisters, why it's coming this late, 28 years later. How many people from the original can even be in it? 2 of them are dead, unfortunately. Bill Paxton's gone. The best part of the first movie, arguably. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Why can't I think of his name? The villain from Mission Impossible 3, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah, he's dead too. So this is kind of a reboot with Glenn Powell in the lead, which is interesting. Twisters. They're doing the alien thing, just throwing an S at the end of it. Very weird. Oh, they got the new Superman in there too, David Cornsweet. But I don't know. It's gonna flop. I think this. I thought it was called Deadpool 3 officially, but they're saying it's untitled. Still filming right now. They had to stop for the strikes, but this is the one and only Marvel movie coming out this year, which is bonkers. When's the last time there was one Marvel movie in a year? Ever? Because 2008 had two of them, Hulk and Iron Man, and then wait, was it? Oh, I know. The last time was 2010. Iron Man 2. I think that was the only one that year. It's been that long since we had one in a year. That's if you don't count the Sony ones. But it's been a while since Deadpool 2. What, like 6 years? Don't know why it took so long, because the first two did very well. But I hope this is good. I hope they just make it Deadpool kills the MCU, but they don't have the balls to do that. People think it might be like Deadpool kills the Fox universe, but I don't know. I think Ryan Reynolds has a lot of pull for the script. I think he can kind of do what he wants, but I don't like that they're incorporating stuff from like Loki, like all the timeline crap. I wish it would just be its own thing, but Deadpool can at least make fun of like Phase 4 and 5 and stuff that hasn't worked recently. Weird after Logan having him back, but it's going to be like a different variant of Wolverine, so it's just cool to see his suit, honestly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it still, and they have to hurry up and finish it because it's still filming and it's out like in the summer. So